Hello guys, welcome to my channel Journey to the World of Fairy Tales. Here is this week's tale, Ali Baba and 40 Thieves. Come on then, let's get started right away. Once upon a time, there was a man named Ali Baba who lived in a country far away. Ali Baba lived happily with his wife. What was Ali Baba's job? He would go to the forest every day and collect wood there. Then he would sell them all. Again, one day, Ali Baba would go to the forest and gather wood there. Then he would sell the wood as usual. Anyway, while Ali Baba was dealing with wood in the forest, do you know what happened all of a sudden? He heard a voice. The voice of the horseman. Oh, poor day! He released behind a tree and began to watch. These were the 40 Thieves. The 40 Thieves were the biggest robbers of that area, and the 40 men everyone feared. When Ali Baba saw the men from where they were, he hired to understand what they were trying to. They all got off their horses, and Ali Baba saw these men coming in front of a cave. When they came to the front of the cave, the head of the thieves stepped forward and said, "Open, Sesame, open." And suddenly the door of the cave opened, and so they all entered. They left their bags there and went out. This time the head of the thieves said, "Close, Sesame, close." And they left there. Of course, Ali Baba was very curious about what was inside. Ali Baba took a while and immediately came to the front of the cave, and he repeated the words he remembered. "Open, Sesame, open!" And all of a sudden, the door of this cave you see behind me was suddenly opened. When he entered the cave, Ali Baba saw that there was gold everywhere. He had gold everywhere. I've become rich. I've become rich. He bought 2 sacks of gold and left immediately. And what did he say at the door when he left? "Close, Sesame, close." And running faster to where he immediately set out from home, shared to his wife. He immediately went to his house and he told his wife, and his wife was shocked to hear this. But when she saw the gold, she was surprised, and what she said immediately, "I can't believe no one should see these gold coins. That's why we have to hide them, okay? Oh, we should not anyone will found this gold. I think we should bury this gold." And Ali Baba said, "I think that before we bury the gold, let's see how much money we have. Maybe we don't have." Immediately, good idea came to her mind. "Hurry up, quickly go to my brother Kasim and ask him for the golden bowl so we can measure it." And Ali Baba wise immediately set up and knocked on Kasim's door. She asked for the measuring cup so they could find out how much the gold was. "What are you going to do with this measuring cup? You don't have any money." We need it." What did Kasim have in mind? There's something strange going on. I better put some honey at the bottom of this bowl. Let's see what they are hiding." And Ali Baba's wife came right away. Together with Ali Baba, they and measured the gold. And then they hid them and finally buried them so no one would know about this money. Ali Baba's wife immediately went to the Kasim and returned the plate and bowl. Of course, Kasim was right to be suspicious. So, what did Kasim do in this situation? Of course, he was on his way to their house immediately. "Let's see what my brother is up to. Where did he find this gold?" So he immediately went to his house and forced Ali Baba to speak and tell him the truth. Poor Ali Baba could not stand it any longer in this situation, and he told him almost all the facts, the events, the cave, everything one by one. Does Kasim ever stop? Kasim is the kind of guy who will do anything to get rich anyway. He was curious about the situation, and where did he go? He set out and went to the cave. He went to the cave with 2 mules because he thought that he would buy a lot of gold. He used the magic word, opened the door of the cave. "Open, Sesame, open." What did he see inside the cave? Of course, he saw the gold. Yes, guys, Kasim went crazy when he saw the gold. "Oh my God, I'll be so rich with these. I will be very, very rich." And of course, since Kasim was very greedy, he quickly collected 4 sacks of gold and set out to leave without paying any attention and anything. But there's a small problem. What? Kasim, who thinks himself smart because he forget the words. He cannot open the door of the cave. Kasim starts to say, "Open, cave, open." No, it didn't work. The door's not. Open, and open, rock, open. Oh, it was not open again. What were those words? What is it? What did Ali Baba say? Yes, guys, unfortunately, Kasim cannot open the door of the cage despite all these efforts and stays inside. And who's coming, by the way? Of course, the 40 Thieves come. They come to leave the stolen goods in the cave, but of course, they see Kasim. Then, of course, they ask him how he found this place. But without waiting for him to answer, they do kill him. They do this to punish him. And they understand that someone has discovered this place. And they start to research about it. What happens in the meantime? Of course, that night, Kasim doesn't return home. His wife is also very curious about him and immediately goes to the Ali Baba house. Kasim didn't come home. He hasn't been here yesterday. No meals either. I can't understand what was going on. Can you go look for my husband? Ali Baba, of course, understand what's going on because he had told Kasim where the caves was, and of course, what he do right away, he makes his way to cave. He goes to the cave and sees the mules are there. He realized what happened, and when he realized that his poor brother was punished and killed by the 40 Thieves, he immediately returns home and says, "After that, we move to Kasim's house. We will live there." After telling that, all that happens, they start living in this house with his own wife and Kasim's wife. And Ali Baba has a very good job. He's engaged in trade and his business getting better day by day. Everything's going very well, but of course, what happens in the meantime, the head of this violence, named the 40 Thieves, decides to count these gold coins. And when he sees the gold is missing, he realizes that the other people are involved in this business. And he immediately investigates. Look around. Is there anyone around who is rich with gold? Anyone got rich lately by gold? And of course, at the end of the research, they realize that Ali Baba is trading with gold. And they realize that it's probably him who entered there, and they immediately makes a plan. And guys, what happens one day? As you know, Ali Baba is a big trader. By the way, he's also engaged in oil trade. One of these men comes introduce himself as a trader and says he wants to sell oil to him and meet him. Let's see if Ali Baba will fall for this rubbish. So children, the thief secretly dressed like this and pretend to be an oil trader comes to Ali Baba and tells him, "Are you really Ali Baba?" "Yes, it's me. I'm Ali Baba." "Aha, I heard that you were a big trader. You are too rich. Look, that's how we sell our drugs. I would like to do business with you." "Oh, of course." And Ali Baba believes the words of the thieves. "Oh, of course you can come. In fact, come to my house tonight. When you come to my house, let's have a dinner together and let me introduce you to my wife." The plan, the 40 Thieves will hide in these oil cubes you see behind me, and they will enter the house. And let's see if this plan will work. In the evening, these 40 thieves go to the house and enter inside with these oil jugs. So they place the oil jugs in Ali Baba's warehouse and dinner together in the evening. What happened right then? At that time, Kasim's wife goes down to look all these olive oil jugs. And when she comes downstairs, she hears some noises. Actually, the 40 thieves were hiding inside these 40 jugs and they were going to attack them. Of course, while these thieves are talking among themselves, the following sounds are heard. Come on, let's go now. No, it's time to go out. No, they will let us. No, don't go out. Don't. What did he say? No matter what happens to you, you won't make a sound, okay? Be quiet. While these men are talking about themselves, Kasim's voice coming down to look at these olive jugs and see the thieves and hears the voices. What does he do right away? An idea comes to mind, and they have a plan to do us harm, so we have to pay it. Then Kasim's wife takes the oil she has boiled above and pours it into these jugs one by one. And of course, since the men inside should not make a sound, none of them squeak, but they all scald because of the boiling oil. Kasim's wife goes upstairs. Nothing happened, but after a while, his man did not go out. the head of the Forty Thieves get down and cannot believe what they see. He understands that this is Ali Baba's work. He immediately starts running. He continues to run out of speed. He will never meet them again. And of course, what do you think? What will happen? Ali Baba, his wife, and Qasim's wife live a lifetime very rich and happily with all these gold. Here we are at the end of this week's fairy tale. If you like it, please don't forget to subscribe too. See you next week in a fairy tale. Goodbye.